Hello, everybody. Today, I've decided to do a video on setting up my TPMS. And if you aren't sure what that is, that's a tire pressure monitoring system. Now, when it comes to tire pressures, it's pretty important, just normal driving, but especially when you're hauling a trailer that weighs a lot. And tire pressure is very critical to prevent blowout. Now, a common misconception is that if you have less air, then there's more room for the tire to heat up and without blowing out. That's not the case. You actually want more air in the tire because with more air, it takes longer to heat up. That's why you always want to pay attention to the tire pressure labeled on the tire. Now, a lot of people go on their cars, they'll look in your door jamb, you have the default in your manuals for your trailers or on the side of the trailer. If you change your tire to a different kind of tire, a different brand, a different style, it doesn't matter. That pressure can change. Always look at the tire. So this is just stuff that I've learned with cars, truck, and motorcycles. You want to pay attention to the pressure on the tire. Look for the max cold pressure. However it's written on the tire. You want to fill up preferably 5 psi under that. Some people fill their trailers to the max cold. I don't like doing that because I want a little leeway there due to temperature fluctuations. What's their definition of cold? If you're down in Florida, cold in the middle of the summer, cold is going to be 90 degrees. There's no way to get cooler than that. So typically they mean you haven't driven the vehicle or the trailer. The tires are cold in that sense, but I always go 5 psi under max cold. This also helps with ride comfort, and you won't bald out the middle of the tire. So the more pressure you put in, the more it bulges in the middle, and that will wear down the middle. You may not put enough tire miles on in that time, but I 5 psi under or max cold, whatever you prefer. Just make sure that you fill the pressure up to that and get yourself a tire pressure monitor. Do not get the cheap $100 ones on Amazon or wherever. Believe me, they're junk. I tried on my motorcycle, complete waste of money. Go ahead, get yourself a good one. This one is a TST, and I'm excited for this. It's, color screen. Really, it's more for the visibility and how easy it is to see for me. But there are grayscale options out there. Just make sure to get a good brand. Now, what I do love about the TST is it comes with the range extender. So a lot of them, you have to buy a separate range extender. And if you have a 45-foot trailer like ours, you're going to need the range extender to get to the unit up in your cab of your truck. So that's one reason why I went with it. And the other reason is because they have these flow-through sensors. Makes it a lot easier to fill up. You don't have to take the cap off. The only issue is that you need to make sure your valve stems are metal, not rubber. So my truck is rubber valve stem, so I've got these caps. But the actual unit I got has the pass-throughs. I will have links to all of this in the description, but I'm kind of excited to open this up, take a look at it, and see what we got, and get it set up. Okay, I'm going to do my best here. I don't have my normal camera setup stuff in here, and I wanted to use my light, but I think it's going to reflect too much because even the overhead lights are kind of reflecting off things. So hopefully everything is going to be good and visible, and hopefully I can work around my camera here because it's literally like right between my arms. So let's see what we got inside here. Now, just a reminder, these came separate. I ordered these separately. This came with 6 flow-through sensors in the kit. And you can buy it with 6 cap sensors. You can buy it with 4 cap sensors. There's different variations. So just get what you need. Just some things I wanted to go over that are on the box. Let's hear. Like I said, the range extender, or they call it a signal repeater, is included with every kit. And these are the things I kind of wanted to cover here. Real-time display, tire pressure and temperatures, external screw-on valve stem sensors for easy installation, light compact water resistant sensors, accurate pressure reading range of 1 to 218 PSI. Now, you know those trailer tires get up over 100, so user replaceable battery, user programmable high and low pressure alert parameters by axle. Sensors do not lose code lock at battery replacement. That's nice. A lot of those cheap $100 ones, yeah, you lost everything just by taking the battery out. Display can monitor up to 115 tires on up to 4 trailers. Not exactly sure how you'd end up with 115 tires on 4 trailers, but I mean, I guess that's good. But needless to say, it's going to cover everything we need. Inside, we've got, of course, the sensors. These are the 6 sensors, and then we've got the display, and we've got, let's see here, we've got the manual, left warranty registration. All right, let's see what's in the kit. We've got the display piece. Okay, so we've got, this is the repeater. This is your dash mount. So they've got a cigarette lighter or 12-volt socket adapter to USB, and then your USB cable and some hardware, which we will figure out what that's for. These tools are used to put on the sensors. So you want to make sure you keep one in the cab of your truck and probably one in your trailer. This is a dash. It sits on your dash, and it's supposed to hold the display like this. I mean, it's a cool idea, but I wouldn't do this on the dash. You know, you hit something, even a pothole, it's still going to go flying. So use the suction mount. All right, so that's everything in the kit. So now we're going to read the instructions and figure out how to set this thing up. Okay, one of the things that came with your kit are these numbers. You're going to want to put them on the sensor. Now, for me, it's going to be, we're going to differentiate the sensors for the type. So my truck is going to be the cap sensors. All right, so we've got cap sensors. So left, right. Now, right now, I have a single rear wheel, not a dual. I am working with my dealer to upgrade my truck to a dually because this trailer is massive and I'm at the very limits of my truck. So I'd prefer a little more room to play. So when I do that, I will get 2 more for the dually. But we've got, so the front left, front right, back left, back right. And we're going to do the trailer, left-hand side. So we'll do 1. So I'm going to take these decals now and label. So now, since I'm planning on getting a dually, I'm going to label them 4 and 5 for the insides. And this will help when I go to put them on the truck. But then if you ever take them off, for example, if you need to take your truck in for work or maintenance, you can take them off so you don't have to worry about a mechanic messing them up. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do the trailer. Now the trailer is 3 wheels on the left, 3 wheels on the right, and it's always going to stay that way. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to turn the unit on. Okay, we are going to press and hold the set button until it beeps. It's going to start by saying high pressure set. And we are going to hit the plus button 5 times to go to learn ID. And we're going to hit set. Okay. All right. So once you're in here and you got your front left tire, you're going to hit set. You're going to hold the sensor to the bottom left, and then you're going to hit this go button. And to make sure you didn't connect to any of your sensors, just look at the sensor number. Sorry, it's not focused on right here. So you see it's 212, 2cc. So they match up. Once done, you want to hit set to save it. Then you can hit the plus button and move on to the next one. So again, hold the sensor to the bottom left, or hit set, then hold the sensor to the bottom left and hit go. Make sure it caught the right one, 216 D6D. All right, so we're gonna work our way through all of these. Remember to hit set to save. This does allow you to do the spare tire for your vehicles. I didn't get sensors for mine. I should probably do that. Get sensors for the spare tires, just so you always know that your spare is inflated properly. Okay, so now we want to hit the back button twice to return to the main screen. Because we're using flow-through and the cap sensors, they're going to read 0, so an alarm will sound. It's part of the process, and all you have to do is press plus to silence it. Let's say we're reading 0, so it's alarming. And you can go and check all your tires, see the temperatures. So for some reason, this sensor is reading a higher temperature than the rest. 5 degrees. Yes. Oh, we'll see what it looks like when we actually hook up to the tires. But that's all there is to setting up the sensors to the unit. The next step will be to put them onto the tires and then running the signal repeater. We will be right back. Okay, so back here on the back right side tire. So that will be sensor 6 for me. Now, one thing I want to note, if you see these green caps, that means you have nitrogen in your tire instead of just plain old air. Well, I guess air is made up of oxygen and nitrogen, humidity and stuff. But a lot of dealers will do not just nitrogen, and that helps, prevent air from coming out, and because it's a bigger molecule, so it doesn't come out as fast, and it also helps with temperature. So as tires heat up and cool down, it's actually less influence on nitrogen. The only issue is when you're out on the road, it's kind of hard to fill up with nitrogen unless you carry a nitrogen tank around with you, which most of us don't. So eventually this is just going to end up being air anyway. But another reason for these sensors is to keep an eye on it. Now, the way these sensors work is they have this nut, and they give you a wrench. And this is supposed to be like the security device, so you can't remove them. Anyone with a wrench should be able to. But the first thing you want to do, screw the nut all the way down. Don't make it tight, because you're going to be putting it up against the sensor. Then you take your sensor, you screw it on. You want to screw it on until it stops, and then give it a quarter turn, but you don't want to over tighten. Okay, so it stops, quarter turn. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the nut, use your fingers to just turn it left counterclockwise until it goes up against the sensor, and then you take the wrench they give you and tighten it down. Now we're going to do that with the remaining 5 tires on the trailer, and we'll come back. Okay, I want to apologize about the horrible shadows. Just like I said, I haven't gotten everything set up yet. But we got the sensors on the trailer. I did not put them on my truck yet. When I turn this on, it's probably going to alarm because it's not going to detect the truck sensors. But I want to see what the trailer sensors look like. Let's go ahead and power it on. Okay, we're not getting any readings yet. It takes a little bit of time to sync. There we go. All right, so we got one sensor that's synced already. So just give it a little time while we're waiting. I did want to make a note. I did replace, because right now my tires are full of nitrogen, I did replace the cap with green caps. These are going to end up going back to black. Another thing is when tightening the left or the nut counterclockwise, be careful. Make sure to hold the sensor while you tighten it. It can back out the metal valve stem. Remember, for the pass-through, you must have metal valve stems. So we've got one tire. Still waiting on a couple of them. We only have 2 tires. We got 3 tires. I'm going to go out, check the tires, see what the max cold is, and then we will go through the alarm features. Okay, so we want to set the low and high pressure alarms. My tires are 125 max cold for the trailer. Once I go back and reinflate all of these, it's going to be 120. We want the low pressure alarm to go off around 10% below. So that'd be 108. So press and hold set. And then low pressure set. Press the set button. All right, so I do know my truck tire pressure is at 60 up front. 6% would be 54. Interesting. Only have 2 axles, so hopefully this is the right one. The back tire is 80, so 72. All right, and then the trailer is 120. 10% would be minus 12, but we're going to take the 125 on the trailer just to give us a little leeway. The 12 and a half, so say 12. So 120 minus 12 is 108. But honestly, I don't want 108. I want 110 for low pressure. Just I'd rather be alerted sooner than later on the low pressure. Okay? So that's all there is to pressures. Now we're going to go. Whoops. Now if we go back, we shouldn't get any alerts because everything's inflated right. Now we're going to want to press and hold set again to set the high pressure alarm, which is about 25% above. So 25% of 120 is, well, let's pull out the calculator just to make sure I do this right. All right, so 120 times 1.250. All right, so press and hold set. High pressure set. Shoot. So my truck was 60. So 75. All right. And then for the rear, it's 80. It becomes 100. All right. So then we're going to go to the trailer. And we are going to set this to 150. Always do that. All right. So 150. All right. So we'll go back. Now, the other thing is the high temp. They actually say not to change that. They don't actually give a reason. So we are just going to keep it that way. And then you can go through the other settings to set Fahrenheit or Celsius or bar and PSI. So we are good to go. Let's see if all the sensors have now synced. Okay. All the trailer sensors are synced. I'm going to go ahead and do the truck. I don't think you guys need to see that. Same process, just with the cap sensors. And after that, we will go ahead and take care of the repeater and get that installed. So, see you guys shortly. Okay, guys, we are under here in my battery compartment. And as you can see, I have the repeater mounted on the back wall with the Velcro they provided. And I just have it connected right to the batteries. Now this can, drain your battery over time, but if you have solar, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But if you're not using it for a while, I recommend disconnecting it or pulling the fuse so it doesn't drain your battery. There is a button where the red light is, and if the red light's on, it means it's working. But there is if you push that red button, it'll click like a button, but I have no idea what it does. The manual doesn't say anything. So if I find out, I will let you guys know. But the other option is to install it in your where your hitch is, where the emergency brake system is. And if you can tie in there, you can do that. But mine was too much of a headache to get to. And then it'll only be powered up when the truck's plugged in. So those are the two options for the fifth wheel. And that's all there is to it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But it's a pretty simple install, and this should help you keep safe on the road. You don't need a TPMS, but nothing wrong with having a little extra safety in mind, right? Stay safe, happy travels.